Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to do what if Jamaica made an empire. First thing they will do is declare war on Haiti. They land in southern Haiti and move east. Then they capture this island, and after completely occupying them, they will completely annex them before declaring war on the Dominican Republic. They then push in from the north as well as the south and encircle the center, and from that point on they quickly occupy the rest of the Dominican Republic and completely annex it. They then declare war on the Bahamas as well as, yeah, this nation here. They quickly capture them as well as take over most of the Bahamian islands. Then they land on the two biggest islands, which they also quickly occupy. Will then annex both of these countries, and after they manage to completely annex both nations, they will declare war on the remaining the smaller island nations in the east. They will then land up north and make their way down south. They left out one singular nation because they didn't want to invade them at that moment. They then fully annexed every single nation before declaring war on Cuba. After doing that, they naval invade right above their home island, quickly capture the eastern side of Cuba by naval invading from the other islands that they have captured, overrun the Cuban armies, and quickly push in, completely occupying Cuba. After that, they annex the entirety of Cuba. Now they declare war on Venezuela as well as the island nation they did not attack before. They swiftly take that, invade from here as well as around here, swiftly taking out the eastern coast of Venezuela, moving up to capture northern coast as well as making their way down into the jungle, the Amazon jungle. And then they continue pushing up here in the northwestern part of Venezuela, making their way around here and taking over the sea there. Also taking over more land, make sure they don't get overwhelmed. And if they get overwhelmed, they also won't get pushed completely off the western part of Venezuela. We then meet up with the eastern front line to completely conquer the Venezuelan coast. After that, Venezuela decides to surrender. They then decide to annex all of this and puppet this part of Venezuela here. After that, they declare war on Colombia, pushing in from the north and trying to push along the coast to hopefully get them to surrender in the same fashion as Venezuela did. They take over the eastern coast as well as their border with Panama, but then they have trouble pushing any further. They have their puppet push in the south, from the south, and into the south from the and further west, hoping that they might be able to reach the coast or maybe draw troops away from their front line. They quickly make their way south as well for some reason, making their way to the southernmost point of the Colombian coast. And then when they make it this far, they get stopped in pushing up north, only to be stopped in an arched line, which allows them to completely occupy all this land. So they decide to do that to limit any chance of a surprise attack from troops they had stationed in this huge area here. It would take many months to completely occupy this area, so they decided to do so, hoping that the Colombian supplies would wither away in that amount of time. After managing to completely occupy that area, they took a majority of their troops here to push through, allowing them to completely occupy their coast as well as the areas within. They then annexed the Colombian coast, adding the rest or giving the rest to their puppets. After completely managing to integrate it into their own nation and also their puppets' nation, or their puppet, they decide to declare war on Ecuador. They gather a majority of the military here to push in and completely occupy the Ecuadorian coast. They decide not to surrender, getting their puppets involved and swiftly overrunning them, completely occupying them in no time. Jamaica then decides to occupy their islands out there. After that, they will fully annex the Ecuadorian coast and add the rest, or give the rest to their puppets. And when they have integrated that, they decide that they don't need to invade any more countries. And that is the Jamaican Empire. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one.